wanted to do. I wanted to get a little bit of everybody. I wanted to get, because let's face it, we could do a women's basketball book like this. Sure. Yeah, I mean, we could go Nancy Lieberman, we could go Ann Myers, we could do a women's basketball book, how they have broken the barriers. But I wanted to get a little bit of everybody in as many sports as I could, and I wanted them to come from different areas. Because when I started the book, it really started as a business book, and so I interviewed Kim Eng, who's the assistant GM for the Los Angeles Dodgers, and Bridget DeVries, who just retired as the Kentucky High School Athletic Association commissioner. She's one of only 3 women at the time who were leading their state athletic associations. Tina Kunstler-Murphy, who was the first woman to run a Division I postseason bowl game. She runs the Las Vegas Bowl. And now she is the executive director of the association of all the bowl directors. She runs the commission. It started off as a business book, and then we kind of sat back and said, well, there were so many other women who did similar things, not just in business, but in coaching, in playing, in the media. That's when we expanded it. But I wanted to get people from, from a Billie Jean King, who really started it. And she said at age 11 that she knew what she wanted to do. She knew that she had to be #1 in the world for anybody to listen to her stances, her opinions on social equality. And to get people to listen to her, she had to be #1 in the world in tennis. To have that clarity at age 11, are you kidding me? I mean, that's just amazing. But I wanted to get that spectrum, and there were 5 people that I wanted to get above all. I wanted to get Leslie Visser from CBS Sports. I wanted to get Gail Sierens, the only woman so far to do play-by-play for an NFL game. I wanted to get Christine Brennan from USA Today, and I wanted to get Phyllis George. And Phyllis was my last one, but I got everyone that I wanted to interview. I would have liked to have gotten Gail Gardner, who also was on ESPN and NBC. She was one of the first ones. But I wanted to get a spectrum. I wanted to get a little bit of everybody. Sue Enquist was a gift. She was a find. Sue Enquist was the speaker for our Women's Sports Association dinner this last year. Sue Enquist just retired as the coach of UCLA's women's softball, and they have how many national championships? 10, 11? Yeah, I think 11 that she either played or coached. And she was the first girl to play in California boys baseball team. And she led the league in getting beamed. Cool. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Yeah. Her coach told her not to play, that she would never play on a college level. Her high school coach told her that she would never play at a college level. Not only did she play at UCLA, she was an All-American UCLA and won a national championship. Some of the women are not as well known as a Phyllis George or a Leslie Visser, but their stories are just as compelling. Like Jean's, like Carrie Rumfield, who just left us from being the general manager of the Florence Freedom. And how many general managers of baseball teams are there that are female? She said maybe 4, maybe 5. And she just left to go to Aberdeen, Maryland, to be an assistant there. Michelle Andrews here in town. She's an orthopedic surgeon. She's the first team doctor in Major League Baseball. She was a team doctor for the Orioles. And it was one of these things that she just walked in. She was going to Johns Hopkins. She just walked in. She told her boss, I think that I should be a team doctor. I think being a team doctor for the Orioles would be good. And he said, I'll see what I can do. Came back 2 weeks, said, you're in. And it was something that had to be voted on by the team for her to go in there and do. And she said the first person that greeted her when she opened the clubhouse door for the first time, took a deep breath, opened the clubhouse door for the first time. First person to say hi to her was Cal Ripken Jr. He said, welcome to the Baltimore Orioles.